This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt. But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing. No way.
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
Oh my god, I'm doing so many voices.
Yeah.
It's mine.
I literally just do Hero because
You
Byakuya
do
is now
Hero.
just not talking anymore.
Byakuya is now just dead. So it's just all me. I'm doing like 7 voices if you include all of Junko's. It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories.
Oh, he's talking.
He's
again.
talking now.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here.
Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes!
What?
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were... Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do, but then they always fizzle out.
Hey, people upstairs, can you not?
This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
You know,
Oh, in a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
Figure out what? Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this. Where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time. And that was...
I'm assuming when I
I
fainted.
think so.
I got it!
The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any other time besides that day.
That's not what it says.
I
Okay.
shush, it's fine. Water. I need water.
Wormsworth. It means Wormsworth.
Wormsworth! When I first came to the gates of the school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Yeah, it's like a MS Paint swirl effect.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
Yeah, and then in that one, her shirt is entirely unbuttoned from
Yes.
the top.
Yes.
I'm just noticing that, like, her outfit isn't changing, but the cleavage is constantly shifting around with each
Yes, it
person.
is. Yes,
That's
it is.
funny.
So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories. Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
No, it just reveals how uncomfortable Celeste is.
Yes. At
The
every
other thing I'm thinking about, so obviously he walked into the main hall on his first day and
Right.
got warped and passed out.
Right.
So how does that? So did he just black out through the last 2 years, or did they, like?
So I think the implication is that he didn't actually pass out. It's just that that's where his memories end. So it gave him the sensation of passing out.
That makes more sense too,
Yeah.
because I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, what?
No, I don't think he actually passed out on that day. I think that's
Okay.
just where his memories end.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yup, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was also you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you can do to fix it. You're the one who set things up to be like this.
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with is the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind? I don't know what voice she's using.
I'm assuming the cutesy
Probably.
one. 'cause
Let's
she was
go
so
back
easy.
to in time 2 years, okay?
So, my thing is, I just love how she goes, I'm not going to exposition because it's
And
getting
then she
boring. And then
gives
she
it-
got bored of not expositioning, so she started expositioning again.
Yes. That's Junko in a nutshell.
Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
Hey, Celeste isn't awkwardly photoshopped
She
into this photo.
isn't. Wow. But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. Sphinx. Monokuma Sphinx. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students. What are you? Huh? What do you mean? The most tragic event in human history and the ultimate despair that caused it? I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization, an angry mob, an incredibly motivated family? You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself!
So Warudo!
So Warudo!
I just don't understand why. Is that a motherfucking turtle?
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then something super neat happened. Now pay attention, because this is important and I'm only going to say it once. So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right, it was transformed into a shelter.
You just said it twice, Junko.
I think that's the point.
I know, I'm just pointing it out.
I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been? Do any of you know who that might have been?
The Prime Minister!
Oh my god!
I knew it.
I got it.
It could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, with the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you. And because we had that same hope. That's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake!
I like that, CJ.
That's a cool.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea! He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school! And so what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair! I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in
Wow,
here?
you have a line.
Whoa.
And then he forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here. Once he'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mokuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax to our global despair plan.
Oh, and that's why it's being broadcast on TV.
That's correct.
Gotcha.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so you could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying? Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there, a few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was...
Oh, cool.
Hey, Miss Gambit!
Yeah.
Enjoy while it lasts.
Hijack. Wow. This is very easy.
Yeah, literally the last chapter is just to tell you everything
Yeah.
that happened.
Aw, I wanted to figure out what the word was. You just told me.
You have to find 2 letters.
Well,
You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you? Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. See, I love doing the supermodel voice because I naturally kind of have that slight S-lisp, so I just lean into it a lot, and it's just super easy. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which is meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about.
I was hoping you would never mind.
The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
You expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair, death.
So you just used us to bring despair to everyone in the outside world? Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Makoto!
Makoto, watch your fucking mouth!
You son of a bitch! And there's a guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final despair for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See, discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair too, like right fucking now.
Truth, full of despair. That's... Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it, you chose to lock yourselves up here and started murdering each other to get out. We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, I can't even laugh at that.
No, it's like, no,
Yeah.
even I can't laugh at that.
That's fair. Oh, you're not gonna
No,
agree.
I agree again.
No, I agree with them.
Even I couldn't laugh at that.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
Yeah.
We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us! I'll do anything, just help me!
A peasant begging for... A peasant...
He's bagging.
He's bagging groceries. He's the grocery bagger. A peasant begging for his life. How delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
What?
Huh? You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth. Until you see it with your own eyes, truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not! You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
I feel like that's a lie.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction. And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
And that's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but you're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally. Hell yes, that's funny as shit!
No, this isn't just some game to us. It's murder, plain and simple. You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault! You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? Show me your hope, Naegi.
Your big old hope.
Your big old hope. But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon. What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
My life is over.
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
You mean we'd
have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me and make your way to the outside world. Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed?
Wait a sec, I just got hit with an inspiration bomb. Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant super impressive punishment.
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down.
Oh.
Makoto, you're up! Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you decide to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives. Sacrifice me? But that's... What, has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
You guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you could do is try to honor your dead dad's wishes.
It's his father.
What?
His father. He said dad.
Oh, whatever.
Kyoko, one person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever? So who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
Please tell me Makoto dies. Holy shit, I'm so excited.
What do you think?
Nobody's gonna give in to despair. We're not gonna lose to you.
Bitch?
Bitch, what? So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope and your stupid life. The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair? That's not really living at all. I agree with you, Makoto.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, then that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I want that one. Give me that. I want to copy it.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Eh.
Man.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want? So do you kind of see what you have to do, maybe?
I think so.
There's no hope left in the world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna be consumed by despair.
Oh shit. It's taking health. Fuck.
Yeah, it is. You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else.
I figured that's what I had to do. I just wanted to make sure. Hope! Hope! You son of a bitch!
No, that's wrong!
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. Ugh. I can't say that word. It's racist.
Oh my god.
But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have a choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
Okay, yeah.
So you just have to do it, yeah.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Good job, hero. Good for you. By the way, the outside air is totally polluted. Blah, 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 blah. The only reason we're okay in here is because of the air purifiers.
Hope!
Help!
I have. It's okay. Sweet cheeks. Listen, don't kill me. Thanks.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? She'd plow my mound. You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns, and also sticking your fingers up my hooter. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? Actually, this is probably what she would say, but you know.
Do not kill Makoto.
Do not kill Makoto,
That's what
Aoi.
she'd say, but... Aoi, use the force.
Probably what she'd say. Which is why yeah, I've made up my mind.
Yeah, sweet, sweet hope.
Show me your hope, Naegi. Say whatever you want. I've made my decision. The guy the air screeched to a halt. In other words, it's something that died but blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, here's the
Hope!
help!
I just picture that that's what he's yelling.
Yeah.
It's just, and Genesis just goes, and he just goes,
Hope!
Jesus Christ! I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look it, but I've always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come with us.
okay.
Okay.
Be that hope, boy.
Boy.
That's the only thing is there's so many that I have to skip through.
I can keep on living as long as I have Master's love.
Let's have to leave. Let's go to the outside. We're only getting despair reading.
Hope!
Help! My voice could be dead after this.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never crossed my mind that I might give in to
Yes,
despair.
it did.
But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
But Baka.
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Takami family isn't dead because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Takami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known. Oh shit. Wait, that was the last one, right?
I think so. I don't think Hiyoko has one you can click, but
Yeah,
but it might unlock now that you've done the other 4.
maybe. I want to take a fucking heart advantage.
Yep.
I already said I would claim the mastermind's life by whatever means necessary.
So what are you
It's
gonna
probably,
do?
yeah, Kyoko's last.
Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Yeah,
now
shit.
she is.
No hope. I know, hold on, I fucked it up. I figured I'd be done because hers wasn't done. Okay.
Okay, give everybody hope. Give him your hope, Naegi!
I'm gonna shoot my hope into you. I hated that I said that.
Yeah, you said that.
I'm gonna fill you with my hope.
Please don't. Wait, what are you talking about? What hope?
Yeah.
You're fucking Junko over here, despair man.
Oh! No!
Really?
What? I just pressed it once! Just hope! Shut up, Naegi. Okay, sorry.
I can't believe you've done
I
this.
literally pressed it once.
I can't believe
I'm gonna
you've
fucking
done this.
die.
I can't believe
Yeah, you're right. You said it. I have no hope.
I can't believe
Can I
you've
just
done
take
this.
these dots and shoot it in the hope and just keep Makoto just fucking die?
No.
Can I do?
No, that's not how it works.
Well, we're going back.
Once again, so I they give you so much time for this one. At least they don't make you start completely over every time you fail.
Yeah.
That would suck. Alright, now fucking do it.
Help!
Help! I feel like it needs to be a meme now.